The energy that you tolerate today becomes the reality that you amplify tomorrow. Hello, and welcome back to another episode of the Quiet Leaders podcast. Today, we're going to talk about being the leader of your own life. Now, if you're anything like the women that I work with, the integrators, strategic partners, behind the scenes operators, you are very good at leading inside other people's businesses. You manage the timelines, you translate ideas into action, you move the needle, you find the resources, you create structure when there was none, and you're really great at helping someone else reach their vision. But here's the question I want you to ask yourself today. Are you leading your own life with that same intentionality? Now, if you're going to be the leader of your life, your personal goals have to come first. And I know that can feel really uncomfortable because a lot of us are wired to put our clients first, we put our families first, and we truly put everyone else's needs first before our own, especially as women, as moms. And then we try to squeeze ourselves into whatever space is left, if there is even space left. But here is what I've really learned and what I had to really lean into last year. If you are constantly meeting everyone else's expectations, fulfilling everyone else's needs, solving everyone else's problems, and ignoring your own, you eventually will become depleted. And when your energy is strained like that, your leadership suffers. So if you don't know what your personal goals are right now, that's your first leadership move. So sit down and ask yourself, what are 1 to 3 things I want for my life this year? Not my client's revenue goal, not someone else's milestone, your own or mine. And then break it down the exact way you would a business plan. What are the small action steps? What moves the needle? What's realistic? What's aligned? You already know how to do this. You do it every day for other people. Now you're going to apply that same strategy to your own life. And if you're listening to this and you're like, well, I don't know how to do that, that's exactly why I'm here to help. You can always reach out if you're interested in working with an integrator to do this kind of planning. Now, the second piece of leading your life is igniting passion outside of your work. Last year, I had to ask myself, who am I outside of the role I play for other people? And that required some shifts, some pretty uncomfortable ones, some realignment. I had to move a lot of things around last year. So what happens when you start living more authentically? You attract differently. Aligned clients show up, aligned opportunities show up, aligned team members show up. Because when you are living as your true self, you become magnetic. And leadership isn't just about performance. It's about this alignment. And alignment is what amplifies everything else. Now, when you are operating not in your true authentic self, then you are still magnetic, but you're magnetic to the things that you don't want. So it's really important that we make this switch and get into alignment. So if you're asking yourself, well, I'm just not attracting the clients who are willing to pay me, then that probably stems from a belief within yourself that you're not worthy of being paid that value. And we can definitely go deeper into all of that. That's exactly what I do inside of my Integrator certification program. These are the things that we can go deeper into. It's not just strategy. It's not just systems and having templates. It goes deeper than that. And you probably heard me say this one before, and it's that your presence is the offer. Especially as an integrator or a strategic partner, we bring that calm, we bring the clarity, we bring stability. But if we're drained, we can be resentful, feel misaligned. If we're disconnected from our old goals, people can really feel that. And your clients, they will feel that energy before they feel the strategy that you're bringing. So when you lead your life well, when you take care of yourself, When your goals are clear, when you're living authentically, you don't just become a better human, a better mom, a better parent, a better wife, a better whatever. You become a better leader. And that will then impact your business, your clients, your revenue, your confidence, your decision making, and it creates this ripple effect. Leadership also means trusting the seeds that you're planting. One of the women in our community recently shared that she's been posting in local Facebook groups, networking, putting herself out there, but nothing immediate is really happening. She hasn't been in the DMs or had any inquiries, and that can feel really difficult. But leadership means understanding that this visibility will compound. That trust is going to compound, and that consistency is compounding behind the scenes. And you don't see the roots forming under the soil, but they are. And one day they will sprout. And being the leader of your life means continuing to act in alignment even when the external validation has not arrived yet. I've said this a lot in my business, and that the pattern that I have seen is it will be quiet for a few months. I'll be planting seeds, and then out of nowhere, I will have a week where I gain a couple new clients. Not just one, but I'll get multiple inquiries in 1 week. And it's because I planted all of those seeds and I kept that trust that I was doing the actions to get the result that I was looking for. Now, we also talked about this idea of amplification energy. So you may have heard that it is now the Chinese New Year and the fire horse energy, and that amplifies whatever is present. So whether you follow astrology or not, or the Chinese New Year or whatever, the principle is powerful because whatever is present in your current life gets amplified. So if you're living in alignment, that's what's going to expand. But if you're operating from burnout or resentment, that's going to expand too. So leadership also means taking inventory. So what needs to be removed? What needs to be adjusted? What no longer fits? Because the energy that you tolerate today becomes the reality that you amplify tomorrow. So here is what I want to leave you with. In the next week, I want you to choose one thing, one action that reflects you being the leader of your life. Maybe it's blocking time for your own goal, creating a personal vision plan, saying no to something that is misaligned, posting something bold, attending a network event, hiring support, or simply a reset. It doesn't have to be this crazy big thing. It just needs to be intentional because leadership isn't this loud, flashy thing. It's consistent, it's aligned, and it's that intention. And when you lead your life well, you naturally become the kind of leader that others want to follow. So if this episode really resonated with you, I'd really love to hear what your one leadership action is this week. You can send me a DM, you can send me an email, feel free to tag me. And I really want to normalize integrators not just building other people's visions, but building their own too. And if you've been operating behind the scenes, if you're already leading inside other people's businesses, but you know it's time to step more fully into the strategic partner role, then I also want to personally invite you to my free Integrator Bootcamp on March 11th. Inside the bootcamp, we're going to go deeper into what the integrator role truly is, how to position yourself as a strategic partner, the essential skills that move you from task doer to decision maker, and how to build a business that makes 5 to 8K per month with just 2 to 3 clients. Because being the leader of your life also means owning leadership in your own business. And this bootcamp is going to help you solidify the identity, the language, and the framework to do exactly that. You can grab your spot through the link in the show notes. And if you're not quite ready to step all the way in, this is the perfect step for you. Thank you so much, and go lead your own life this week. And I will see you on the next episode and hopefully inside of the bootcamp.